Thanks for coming in today. Let's connect to VATSIM. I almost forgot to connect to VATSIM. Oh my god, it's dark in my room. Hang on a second. Forgot to turn the lights on. How dare I? There we go. I was wondering why it was so dark on my webcam. Thanks for coming in today, everybody. I'm back from my trip, and I'm ready to stream again. And we're gonna go right into the CJ4 that I love so very much, the working title modded CJ4. We're gonna be departing out of Key West, and then going to the Bahamas, Nassau, Marsh Harbor, Freeport is the plan. Potentially more if I see fit. But yeah. Here's Key West in all its glory. Nick Gresla, thanks for coming in today. You're back to school on Tuesday. Very nice, man. Very nice. Appreciate you being here. Default Key West doesn't look too bad, honestly. Obviously, it's not going to be anywhere near as good as the real thing would look. It's not too bad. Anyways, here's our CJ4. We're going blue tonight. And let's get it going. Drek, thanks for coming in today. Turn the music volume down just a little bit here. Alright, it's been a hot minute since I've done a stream. Done any Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 flying because I've been working real life. But I'm here. We're going to do some flying. We're going to start this thing up the cheating way, as I like to do, because I'm lazy. Don't judge me.
May I have your attention, please? At this time, please comply with the illuminated seatbelt and no smoking signs. Thank you.
And let's see, do I have ATC? Looks like I do. I have ATC both Miami Center and someone is on Nassau Center. So it looks like we're going to have ATC for all this tonight, which is very nice. So the big thing, chat, is I'm not going to have charts on SkyVector for any of the Bahamas because SkyVector doesn't have them. So I'm actually going to use my work tablet. It's going to be off screen, unfortunately. I'm not going to be able to show you. I'm not really allowed to show you guys my JEP charts, but I'm going to be using the JEP charts that I have from my work tablet to use the charts at Nassau, Marsh Harbor, and Freeport. So you're going to have to bear with me on that, guys. But here's the plan. Out of Key West, first to Nassau will be the longest leg. Nassau, quick hop to Marsh Harbor, and then an even quicker hop to Freeport, all in the Citation. There'll be short legs. Looks like we have ATC all the way. There'll be IFR all the way. That's the plan for the flying tonight. I'm imagining I'm going to be streaming for at least a couple hours. Hi, boy. And Melvin Leroy, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, buddy. Good to be back on the stream after working there got called in for yet another trip. So, but good to be back up on the stream with you guys. Gotta enjoy it while we can. Because I'm going to be going to training officially in March. March 1st is I finally got my training date for the Embraer 175. So once March comes rolling around, there won't be a whole lot of streaming for a bit. So I'm going to take advantage of the time that I got right now for you guys and do some streams whenever I can. I should actually be able to do quite a bit in February now because it looks like I'm going to have the month of February off before I go to training in March. So it actually looks like February I'll be able to do some streaming for you guys, but March is when I go to training, so I'll be nice and busy when that time comes along. You can count on that. Let's see. Jay Smitty, thanks for coming in today. Good Fixins, thanks for coming in today. Zombie8940, thanks for coming in today. Yep, training in different aircraft. I'll be going for the Embraer 175 this time. Be a new type rating, so long-term training. Should be fun. Looking forward to it. Alright, everything's good here. Let's go ahead and... I haven't even filed a flight plan yet. Drek, thank you for the host. I appreciate that, my man. Let's go ahead and file a flight plan here. And we got to talk to some ATC, because it looks like I'm going to have ATC, the all night, because right now Nassau Center's on. So if he's going to be on for a minute, it looks like I'll be flying with ATC, which is, I like that. I'm happy that I'm going to have ATC for this Bahama flying tonight. So flight plan filed. We'll talk to Miami Center is who we want to talk to. 135.175 is the man we need to speak to right now. He's covering everything.
Maintain
So.
5,000, whole short of November, 2 left for departure, American 8048 and squawk 4634 again.
Okay, this frequency sounds like it's going to be a mess.
Squawk 4665.
4665.
Who's the United out of Tampa?
Might take a minute to get a clearance here. This Miami Center controller is by himself, and he's got a lot of people to deal with at Miami.
JetBlue 26, Miami Center, turn your transponder on.
I forgot to hit mode Charlie. Sorry about that.
Miami Center, good evening. Citation 124, Mike Charlie's on the ground at Key West, clearance to Nassau.
Number 124, Mike Charlie, clear Nassau Airport, view radar vectors, Marathon, Dennis filed, maintain 2,000, expect 1710, departures with me, squawk 4624.
Alright, cleared to Nassau, radar vectors, Marathon, 2,000 initial, 17 and 10, departure with you, 4624, Citation 124, Mike Charlie.
Springs 1079, Bravo to ramp, good day.
November 425 Golf to request to step away for a couple minutes.
Is your descent programmed?
Yeah, I got about another 9 minutes until top of descent.
Works for me, report back on time. JetBlue 26, squawk head.
I'm imagining he got the read back chat, hopefully.
JetBlue 26, I forgot something else too. Just a minute.
Oh God.
Miami Center, American 196, and a heavy request inside level 390.
Flight 9056
Alright, well,
cross.
while we're waiting for him to
Valley,
eventually
flight
tell
level
us that our readback is
260.
correct, why don't we go ahead and put the flight plan in.
Also, flower,
Um,
260, joint 1956.
Position,
American
I should probably do
1969, go
that
ahead.
first so the FMS knows where I'm at. There we go. Now I can go to flight plan.
American
Okay,
1956,
Key West
level 390.
Cruises request.
to Nassau, MYNN.
JetBlue 26, you should be able to see me now, right?
JetBlue 26, ident.
What's the wind down here at Key West? It is
American 561, clear land, runway 1 left.
0803.
Runway 1 left, American 560.
We'll just go runway 9. That'll be the most convenient for us.
Runway vacated.
If he changes, it's
Well,
not going to
day.
make a huge difference because it's not like there's a departure out of here. But then from there, we need to go to
Bearing
Marathon,
1079, Tango to the ramp, good day.
which is Mike Tango Hotel.
JetBlue 26, I have a better idea. Squawk 4720.
Then it's Bravo 646,
4720.
so that's
JetBlue,
a Bohemian Airway.
26.
And that's going to go to ZQA, which is Nassau. ZQA, so that'll take us all the way to Nassau there. And then MYNN.
250.
We'll execute that. Performance init. So I
What
have
was it,
2
squawk
passengers,
again? I didn't guess the last 2 digits, I guess.
100 cargo,
Squawk
17,000
4561
final.
for JetBlue 26.
561, okay.
Alright, so that's all good. Takeoff, runway 9. The wind was 080 at measly 3 knots. The temperature is 19. It's a lot warmer than where I'm at right now. We go to the next page here. We'll send that information. So now we'll see the speeds. Boom, pop up in there. Very good.
Maintain 130.
So we're pretty much all set to go.
13,000
With all that,
1487, and we'll expect Bishop Rose 26.
I'm going to change this so that the present position comes up right on this guy. Everything else is where I need it to be. So now we'll see if we can get a word in edgewise because this guy seems to have his handful with that freaking JetBlue character. And we'll try and get a taxi on out of here. Sebastian 7064, thanks for coming in today. Kitty Monster, thanks for coming in today. Good Fixins, Kool-Aid Jammer 7, thanks for coming in today. Good to see all you guys. Appreciate being here.
Miami Center,
go ahead
JetBlue
and
26. Can you see me now?
get on started.
JetBlue 26, yes, again, climb to 2000.
2000, JetBlue 26.
Yeah, I wish I was in the Bahamas right now too. I only got to be there
Center
briefly,
American 1178.
very
Could I
briefly yesterday
just ask
for
what
work.
runway to expect? American 1178, turn right heading 270, expect a visual approach 26 left.
But again, we'll see if we can get over and edgewise with the busy
270,
Miami Center here now.
26 left, American 1178. Delta 1487, depart Wallop, heading 090, vectors for approach, D17, 7000.
Sorry, can you repeat for us, Delta 14?
Delta 1487 to 17, 7000, depart Wallop, heading 090.
Descend and maintain 7000, Wallop at 090, Delta 1487.
Spirit Wings 979, 972, I believe it is. Welcome to Miami, welcome to Lauderdale, ramp by Bravo and Tango, good day.
Ramp by Bravo and Tango. Spirit Wings.
Citation 4, Mike Charlie. I think you got our clearance, hopefully, and we're ready to taxi Key West.
124 Mike Charlie, just verify your squawk for me.
4624.
Good enough for me. Niner taxi via Alpha, advisory for departure.
9 V Alpha will let you know. 4 Mike Charlie.
Center American 316 Heavy, airport San Juan.
425 Golf Juliet, back with you.
45 Golf Juliet, roger. Number 316, or correction, American 316, clear San Juan, EMS 2 departure, is filed, maintain 5000, expect
Left turn here, you go to runway 9.
Squawk 4614.
Okay, secure to San Juan, Eon 2 departure, maintain 5000, squawk 4614.
Initial altitude's only 2,000, so it's
Giant
kind of quick, so I'm going to have to
cross
be careful
Union
with my
10,
airspeed on the climb out here. Eric Flight, thanks for coming in today.
10,000
So I actually got to experience a little bit of snow with good fixins on, what day was that, Friday? Got to meet up with good fixins. We got a little snow while we were hanging out. It started snowing.
5.902,
I hate snow. I'm ready for winter to be over.
American 1088, turn left heading 240, vectors for sequencing. American 1088, turn left heading 240, vectors for sequencing.
Let's go ahead and get the flaps for takeoff.
Turn left 240.
Get the trim in the green for takeoff.
American 1088. Number 425 Juliet, Golf Juliet, expect visual approach 26 right.
Make sure my altimeter's set correctly. We do have Rex weather force going, so we have real weather. I did set the sim to daytime, chat. It would be nighttime in real world right now, but I've set the sim to daytime. It's just going to be easier. Plus, some of these airports in the Bahamas you actually can only get into during the daytime, depending on the airport. Nassau is when you can go in at night, obviously, but... Man, I'm at idle, and this thing is hauling in the taxi. You have to ride the brakes. Alright, so we're going to go heading, getting the vertical speed. We're going to have to watch the speed on the takeoff because we only got at 2,000 feet as our initial. Citation 124 Mike Charlie is ready to go, runway 9 at Key West.
124 Mike Charlie, turn left heading 360, runway 9 at clear for takeoff.
360 heading cliff takeoff 9, 4 Mike Charlie. Just like that, chat. We're clear to go.
Delta 1487 flying 090.
090.
I need to turn my pitot-static on, chat. It wants me to. There we go.
American 1088, caution wake turbines will be behind the 747 the whole way in.
There we go. That's what that caution that keeps flashing is. So let's go ahead and get on out of Key West, shall we, chat?
561 on Whiskey 4. It's okay. American 561, go to ramp 5 Whiskey, good day.
Whiskey, it's for American 561 today.
American 1969, contact Jack Center 135.92.
There's V1 rotate. Positive rate, bring the gear up.
American 1178, 217, 4000.
We'll go ahead and throw the autodamper autopilot on.
Was that for
And we'll
1178?
bring the power back because this thing is going to be too crazy in the climb. Flaps up since we only need to go to 1,000 feet. So we're already 1,000 for 2,000. So I'll watch that speed.
Delta 1487, 217, 3000.
Flying to the Bahamas, Foster. Just took off out of Key West going to Nassau, and then I'm going to do a couple more Bahama hops.
American 1088, flying 270, descend and maintain.
Thanks for coming in today.
10,000, Miami Alcindor 3006.
Turn right 270, descend and maintain 10,000.
Citation 4 Mike Charlie, 1,800 for 2,000.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, radar contact climb to 17,000, right turn direct Marathon.
Right turn direct Marathon 17,000 for my Charlie. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go
And American
17
848,
set.
request ready for taxi.
Now we can increase that climb.
American
Actually,
848
should
runway
really just
2
do a
left
flitch
taxi by
mode climb.
November 13, Mike 11.
And we need to go direct to Marathon.
Supposed to be in
so
November 11.
direct
And was it Mike
Marathon
3?
execute.
November 11, Mike 13.
Alright, November, Mike 13 for American 848.
We're out of here. Let's say goodbye to Key West. I'd like to request MYEN. Where is MYEN? MYEN. Norman's Key. It wasn't originally in my plan, but let's see. Where would that be to get to Norman's Key?
Motor Center, JetBlue 1380 on the ground at Fort Lauderdale, crossing off out of TSA.
JetBlue 1380, hello.
I wonder if I have
let
the
me know.
charts for that.
TC's gonna be holding,
I'm using my
so
work tablet
pack
for
extra
the Bahama charts. Let's see if I have anything
Same
for that
JetBlue
airport.
1380, sorry I missed that.
Pack extra fuel.
MYEN.
Oh lord.
Yeah, you're released, but there's
No
a very
charts
high chance you're gonna
available.
hold when you get there.
Okay.
Are you ready for the clearance?
Yeah, I'm ready for the clearance, JetBlue 1380.
So we'll have to go in there
TCA,
blind.
That before departure events filed, maintain 3000.
I got no problem doing that.
3000, expect flight 35010, squawk 47.
No charts there. No. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't see any reason to not do that. MYEN. So, MYEN. It's going to change up
feels like you're straight
my
clock, 5
original
miles
plan
port side.
here.
American 1178, turn right, hang 360.
360, American 1178.
Delta 1487 feels that you're 3.5, 4 o'clock now, 6 miles.
There really isn't anything
Wait.
on the charts for that.
JetBlue
Let's
13, read back track 2 right for departure, advisory taxi.
Hi, Delilah. Anyways, we're through 10. I should probably be paying attention to my airplane here. Lower our descent rate. Let the airspeed increase here.
Field inside, Delta 1487.
Delta 1487, clear vision approach, runway 286 left.
Runway 26 left, clear vision approach, Delta 14.
So what do we know about Norman's Cay? We know absolutely nothing. It's just a hard surface runway. That's literally all they give us. Hard surface runway. It doesn't tell us what the runways are or anything.
And American 848.
So I have no idea
No.
anything about that
Alright,
airport.
hold short, 26 left. I got traffic right.
Sir Skidmore, thanks for coming in today. Good evening to you.
Alright, I'll short 26 left.
Yeah, I am probably going to deny your request this time,
Miami
but I will
Center,
keep that
this
place in
is
mind because I do have, I kind of do have a plan, and I'd like to keep that plan. So I'm going to deny the request this time, but maybe another time we'll take a look at Norman's Key there.
Charge 9, turn 56, 10,000.
4,700 feet, 3 and 2-1. Okay, yeah, so it's probably doable. But I think I'm going to stick with the plan I had in mind. After Nassau, I'm going to go to Marsh Harbor.
American 10-8, turn right, hang 310.
And from Marsh Harbor, I plan on going to Freeport after that.
American 1178, traffic is Delta 737 after your 10 or 11 o'clock, 10 miles port in sight.
Say again for American 1080.
American 10-8, traffic is a Delta MD-80.
Let's go ahead and get this
up
into
your
vertical
9
speed
o'clock,
here.
about 10 miles
As we're
port in
getting
sight.
closer to this altitude. Go 1,000 feet a minute, and we'll start pulling back the power as we need to here.
American 1178, no, American 10-8, you're not going to find it.
Lila.
American 10-88, turn right, heading 310, you're way too
My
high.
puppy is on the floor, laying down, chilling out here. She's looking at me like, why won't you pet me more? Flying an airplane, Delilah, I'm sorry.
American 1178.
Huh? And now
Go for
she's
11,
now she wants to
78.
leave the room
You
because
see
I
that
offended
Delta
her.
MD-80 at your
And
9
I would rather
o'clock?
do the flying instead of pet her. It's okay, I'll come pet you to bed later.
Altitude.
Negative.
16 for 17, check.
1178, turn left, direct bash. Turn left, heading 270, descend, maintain 3 knots.
270.
And what is my airplane doing? I just realized that we're not on course here.
American 78, when able, direct Basho, cross Basho at about 3000, clear the ILS.
Probably because I never hit nav, so that's why I'm not on course.
Clear direct Basho at 3000, cleared ILS left, 26 left.
I never hit nav
1178.
after I went direct, chat. It's pretty dumb. Not gonna lie. Now we're going the right direction. Okay.
Good evening, Miami Center. This is Spear Wings 124 on the ground at Fort Myers, looking to get IFR clearance to Chicago tonight. Spear Wings 124 cleared to Chicago Airport, Seashell 6 departure, Lakeland transition as filed. Maintain 4 VATSIM, squawk, expect flight 360 and 10, squawk 4733.
You know what I also haven't done is I also have not
Cleared
got
to
the
Chicago via the Seashell 6 departure.
the landing rate meter going yet. So let's
35,000.
go ahead and do that.
Flight level 350
And I'm
squawk,
overspeeding too.
4733. So the airway reback correct, 224 for departure.
I'm a full-on mess to start this one, chat.
Advising ready for taxi, Spear Wings 124, thank you. American 1178, clear land,
Full-on
runway
mess to
26
start
left,
this
number
one.
26 left, clear to land, American 1178, number 2.
Delta 1487, clear land, runway 26 left.
Clear to land, runway 26 left, Delta 1487.
American 1178, do you have the seal inside by chance?
Affirmative, American 1178.
American
Alright, now
1178,
we
change
look
runway
like
26
we're
right, runway 26
back
right,
on
clear to
course
land, and
here.
traffic want to depart.
Alright, just for anyone that's
Roger,
watching,
clear
just
26 right,
quickly
American 1178.
refresh the stream because I was dropping frames there and I think the stream is lagged a little bit because I was looking at even my own stream on Firefox here and
radio check. American 848,
just hit the refresh button real quick and you should catch up to me in
American
real time.
848 line of only for American
Sorry about that.
848 line of only.
Who else is calling Miami?
Call Jet 5860, radio check.
5 by 5.
Thank you.
We can pick the power up a little bit so we're not V-wasting here either. But we don't want to go too fast so that we don't overspeed. Yeah, a little bit of frame drop, unfortunately. It was telling me that my internet connection was unstable, but it seems to have stabilized. It's back to excellent now.
American
So
10-8, expect out
hopefully
for
it
30.
holds up after a quick refresh there, Kitty Monster. Sorry.
That's that. Runway ILS 30, American 1080.
The same struggles I've had all along with my internet. They never fail.
Delta 1487.
But we're on our way.
Miami exit left. Mike 2.
We're at a cruise of 17,000.
Mike
Get
2
the
to Quebec.
belts off for a second.
Mike 2 to Quebec, Delta 1487.
Thank you. American
And
848,
we'll
fly heading 270.
go ahead and get
runway
the
26
showcase
left,
view
takeoff.
going here
Fly heading 270.
on the interior, and a bit of an overcasty layer right now, so it doesn't look like we're going to see much.
7410, right, 26
And
left,
we are
right,
using the real weather here. Right now, not seeing a whole lot out the wing there. So it's a pretty overcast layer as we go out into the Bahamas right now.
Vietnam 7412, runway 26 left, line up away.
Lining up.
Number 124, Mike Charlie, contact NASA Center 125.7, good day.
1257 for Mike Charlie, good night.
Triple 13, ready taxi.
Triple 13, runway 28 right, taxi via Tango.
Probably could have gotten higher. Nassau Center, good evening. Citation 124 Mike Charlie 17,000. And Citation 124 Mike Charlie, you're just barely readable. We might be right on the edge of your radio coverage there. Alright, yeah, he said, I got an early handoff, I think, from Miami Center, Nassau Center. He just messaged me that I need about 20 more miles before I'm going to get any radio coverage on him, so we'll have to hang tight, and I'll give him a call in about another 20 miles or so. You can tell the VATSIM radio, it's making it hard to hear him because we're not quite in his radio range yet. So, yeah, like I said, I guess Miami might have handed us off a little bit early because Miami was pretty busy doing other stuff. Wanted to get it out of the way. Operation Aviation, thank you for the Prime sub. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for coming in today. That's a brand new sub right there, chat. Appreciate that very much. Thank you, sir. If you overspeed, no, not in this airplane. Unless if it's a really egregious overspeed, then you would have to get fixins. But if you just barely tap the red line and you overspeed for, you know, a little bit, it's not going to do anything to the airplane. That's not to say you should be in it. There's a reason why it's beeping, and you do want to pull back, but it gives you some buffer before you'd actually send them any kind of structural damage. So you would not have to report an overspeed like that. Now, at least not, I don't think in the CJ4. There might be some airplanes where you have to, but not in the CJ4, I don't believe, at least. And Operation Aviation gifting a sub to Drek516. Appreciate that as well. Again, thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. Operation Aviation. Thank you so much. Appreciate the Prime sub and the gifted sub.
Yes, good evening, Delta 657, finite far. Clearing from Delta to Orlando, Disney, Delta 257.
Still pretty much outside of his range here, chat. Still not hearing him very well. Came in just a little bit better. It'd be hard to hear him, but we could definitely hear him a little bit.
To Orlando, as file.
Yeah, he is sharing the love tonight. Thank you so much for that.
Expect vector in 4,000 at the takeoff, and will be 32, flight level 3210 minutes after takeoff. We'll be sparking 4665, Delta 40 to 6057. Three-two active, we'll call it back. Delta 6257.
Roger, cross friendly,
so I can hear the aircraft better because they're in the air. But with the ground radar, the fact that VATSIM's able to simulate that pretty good distance-wise is nice.
And air Mexico 615, change time, use of the day. Not quite there yet in terms of his radio coverage. Still having a hard time hearing him. Might have to kill the music if I can hear him, so I have one less noise to worry about. Going outside the airplane is probably not going to help much either, because it's just louder out here. But we'll give you guys a quick outside view. Plenty of overcast. It looks like we're going to have to deal with over the Bahamas this evening, even though we're daytime in the sim.
Radio check, November 124, Mike Charlie. You're still coming in broken and unreadable. I need to get a little bit closer to your airspace. November 6911 Juliet, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you for coming in today. We are over water in the Bahamas. Trying to talk to Nassau Center, but we're not in range yet, apparently. Miami Center went offline, chat. That's probably why he gave us the super early handoff, so we might have to get closer here even still.
Roger, clear to land.
Slowly getting better.
Elevate 270.
Appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for coming in today, my man. I do also love this CJ4. The working title modded CJ4 is a beautiful thing. But I appreciate the follow. Thank you. I think Miami Center probably signed off because he was just frustrated. There was some guys on his frequency that just had zero clue what they were doing. I mean, zero clue. He definitely sounded like he was riding the struggle bus. So the reason why I chose to fly the Bahamas tonight, Chad, is because I did actually have a turn in the Bahamas yesterday on my trip before getting home. I'm not going to say which airport I went to, but it was, you know, I hadn't really done any Bahamas flying in a while until yesterday. And because I did, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pop up and do it in the stream here as well tonight, because why not? Give us somewhere nice to look at. We'll get a good chance to see just how the Bahamas look here in VATSIM 2020. If we can ever escape the clouds, we'll be able to get kind of a look at them. But yeah, might have figured since I did it, just did it, might as well do a little bit more on stream for you guys while I'm home. Who knows, not sure when the next time I'll be streaming will be, after today, because probably on Tuesday, I would imagine. I'm going to my buddy's house tomorrow, and then I'll probably stream something on Tuesday. I go back on call Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then next weekend is my birthday. So there is a Virtual USA Flying Club event on the 23rd in the afternoon. I am off on the 23rd now, so I'll hopefully we'll be able to attend this one. The Virtual USA Flying Club Snowbirds event hosted by Mr. Melvin Leroy, aka Brand Nyberg. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern on that Saturday the 23rd, so I'm looking forward. Looks like I should be able to attend that. Scottsdale, Flagstaff, Sedona, Grand Canyon National are going to be the airports involved in that one. And then that same weekend, sort of, because I'm off till the 26th. On the 26th, 7 to 10:30 Eastern, we're going to have the Wyoming Free-for-All, Jackson Hole, and I have Riverton, and I think it's Du Bois. I don't remember the names of all the airports, I'll be honest with you guys, but those are the Virtual USA Flying Club events we got coming up on the 23rd and the 26th. So looking forward to that. Yeah, the weather ended up being perfectly fine. Good fixings for all the flying yesterday, so we were able to get in and out and do what we needed to do. I got home last night right when I expected to on time. But yeah, all that weather had cleared out earlier in the morning, so going to the Bahamas ended up working out perfectly fine. I gotta be close enough to his airspace now. Alright, let's try this again. Citation 124, Mike Charlie.
Citation 124, Mike Charlie, how do you read?
Loud and clear, very good.
Yeah, Miami had the over so early.
I think it's because he was signing off, but I appreciate you being here.
Not a problem. Continue, so expect the R9 32 approach.
Alright, we'll spec the RNAV 32 into Nassau. Citation 124, Mike Charlie.
Citation 124, Mike Charlie, Nassau 73007.
007, thank you. Well, we're expecting the RNAV to 32, chat. RNAV 32. Alright, so again, I'm going to be using charts here off my left, so you see me looking to my left. I'm using my work tablet for these charts. So I can't show you them on the stream, but I'm going to plug it in accordingly. So let's go ahead, arrival, RNAV 32 off of... we'll put it off of this one since it's on our side, but we won't necessarily get that, so we'll execute that. So that's in there now, RNAV to 32. We're not going to worry about any frequencies or anything like that because it's not an ILS. The final approach course I could tell you is 323, 1,600 feet at Dilp is the final approach fix name, then on down. The LNAV minimums is 340, round up to 400 feet, so we'll round up to 400 feet. The weather should be plenty good for that. Misapproach would be climb right turn to 2000 direct to the Zooten intersection and hold. So that's all pretty simple. And we got plenty of runway there for runway 32 at Nassau. So we're looking good. We have 10,925 feet to be exact for how much runway we have over there at Nassau. And then the taxi is going to be a little awkward. Well, we can just go to the GA on the right side. It'll be a right turn off on either Bravo or the reverse Delta. PD to 12,000. Citation 124, Mike Charlie. Pilot's discretion to 12. Let's see. We want to be... let's see if we're going to go to 2,000. Let's check this out real quick. Okay, that's all in there. I don't think it's time to descend just yet. How far out are we from the field here? We're still a bit of a ways. The top of descent even is still a bit of a ways out here. So we'll go ahead and hold off on descending a little bit. Save a little bit of gas here up at 17,000. Where do you get the nifty overlays? I got this quick overlay at the top, the one that you see with my Cinnamon Bun logo. It's just a free Streamlabs overlay that I was able to find. It's simple and clean, which is why I like that. The stuff that's on the bottom there, my November 124, my Charlie Jet Pilot Cinnamon, the Virtuous Safe Flying Club, I had those made for me by Eric Flight on Twitch. He was kind enough to make those for me. And then it's just extra stuff on the bottom right there. But my top little overlay is from Streamlabs. It's one of the free overlays that's on Streamlabs that I was able to find. That was nice. And I wanted it small and clean, and I got a small and clean one just like that to have the logo there and everything. So we'll go ahead and start a descent down to 12,000 now. We'll just go 1,000 feet a minute. Citation 4, Mike Charlie, vacating 17,000 for 12,000.
Citation 4, Mike Charlie, Roger.
So that is a required call, chat. When you leave an altitude, when you got pilot's discretion, or if they give you a descend via, and you don't descend immediately, whenever you do decide to descend, it's actually a required call to let them know when you're leaving that altitude. Something that a lot of people even in real life don't do, but it's something that I try to make a point of doing because it technically is a required call. You see the nice blue waters of the Bahamas as we're coming up here to one of the bigger islands. This is, I don't know what island this is called. I don't know the names of any of these islands, but it's one of the bigger ones. That's honestly, that's a lot of marshy land over here. Looks like on this island, not a whole lot of actual like land mass for living on. But I mean, there are airports and houses and stuff here in cities. I'm sure I see a couple, but the front end of it is mostly just marshland. It looks like. Phillies fan 0214. Yeah, if you want to do that, I'm going to be doing Nassau to Marsh Harbor is the next one, which is Mike Yankee Alpha Mike is going to be my next leg. This is going to be the route, so I'm going to go from MYNN to MYAM. It's going to be Nassau VOR Bravo Romeo 70 Victor to the Marsh intersection. So pretty much just the airway straight up to Marsh Harbor. Is what I'm planning for my second leg there. I haven't decided an altitude yet. I'm imagining it's going to just be 11,000 since it's still going east, and because I want to get above 10,000 so I can go faster than 250. You can see our little banana here. Again, I'm not descending super hard. We're only going about 1,000 feet a minute down to 12,000. Planning that RNAV to runway 32. See if the view is any better for our boy in the back. Oh yeah. Right now it's just water. It'll be nice when we get over land, but beautiful blue waters of the Bahamas. So we'll see what happens, Chad. I've got 2 more blocks of reserve left in the month of January, from the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, and then from the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th of January. You know, and between those 2 blocks of reserve, those could potentially be my last. You know, I could get a trip on those 2 blocks, but if I don't, then what I flew this just this past few days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, could have potentially been my last trip on the 145 before I go to training for the 175. So it's possible that I've flown my last flight on the 145, but we'll see. I still have 2 more weeks where I'm eligible to be used, so it's not out of the cards completely just yet.
Altitude.
13,000 for 12,000. But if, let's say if this past the trip that I just did was my last flight on the 145, then, you know, it was a good airplane. I enjoyed flying the 145, and I will miss it, but I am very much looking forward to the 175.
Citation 124, Mike Charlie, turn right heading 110 to maintain 3,000.
110-3000, citation 4 Mike Charlie. So heading, we want to go down 3,000, so vertical speed. And we're going down to 3,000. I'll give him a faster descent. We're also going to slow to 250 knots when we get below 10 here. Astro Dubes, thanks for coming in today. I see that you're going to be lurking. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate that follow that you gave me. 145 does perfectly fine in strong winds. I never had any issue doing landings in some pretty stiff winds. I think one of the most gusty landings that I did in the 145, the wind was 270 at 32 gust 41. That was at JFK landing on 31 left. So that was quite entertaining, actually. 15 gusting 25, that's nothing for a jet aircraft, really. Coming up over a landmass here. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks pretty decent in the old Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I can dig it. Not much to this island, as you can see, in terms of, like I said, living or habitation, or not necessarily habitation, but humans living, towns and cities, what have you. It's pretty, though. It's very pretty in real life, chat. Flying over the Bahamas in real life is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. With the way the water looks, just how light blue and clear the water is. The fact that you can see through the water and see like the coral reefs under the ground and everything from the water is remarkable. Put the seatbelt sign back on since we're going below 10 here. Make sure you guys are seated with your seatbelts fastened.
Then subject to November this week, inbound, flying through 3300 to 3500.
Charlie 6, Sierra Alpha November 124722.
472, traffic
11. Charlie 6, my call off with you at about 4,300 feet, heading north from 700.
Charlie 6, Mike Alpha 4716.
4712.
Confirm squawk 4716.
4712.
To watch my speed here. We're creeping right at that 250 mark now.
124, Mike Charlie, descend and maintain 2000, repeat direct hit no.
2000, and that was direct to where?
Hit no.
2000 direct hit no. Citation 4, Mike Charlie.
Charlie 6, Toy, with you.
Put it back in a nav before I forget this time. We're direct hit no down to 2000.
Charlie 6, Toy, I don't see a flight plan for you.
We're going to go ahead and reduce the descent rate down to 1,000 feet per minute.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Since we are 2,000 at hit no, we don't need to go down as fast now because we got a bit of ways to go. You can see our descent banana out here, still a little bit far out.
A firm.
Okay, refiled.
Charlie 6, Toy, Vectors for separation, turn right heading 090.
090, roger.
Start to see the island of Nassau out here off our left front, just barely out there. Starting to come into view. I did remember to turn my landing rate meter on. Yeah, I did. I see the thing in the little top left corner. Okay, very good. So you guys will be able to take a landing rate guess here when I get a little bit closer. Gotta watch that speed. Kenny with his 173, a little early on the guesses because I still got a bit of a ways to go here, but yep, I had a feeling you would be 173 because you're never not 173 on the guess. I'm hoping for smoother than that though tonight.
Heading 090.
090, roger.
So So on my chart here, we've got this, and again, I'm sorry I can't show you guys the charts, but we've got the 2,000 at Hidno, then it's going to be 2,000 at Cudley, 1,600 at Dilpy, and then inbound to the runway. But it's pretty clear out here now, so I don't expect us to have any issue. We should be able to do it visually. Oh, the music got really loud for some reason. Maybe it's just that song. I'll turn it down. Pretty quiet with the engines at idle thrust here. But again, we're going to be at 2,000 feet way sooner than we need it to be. We're going to be pretty low out over the water here. We do have the, again, the island out in sight here, and I do actually have the airport in sight right here. Right in sight. If I call it, I bet I could get a visual.
Altitude.
3,000 for 2,000. Center, Citation 124, Mike Charlie. We have the field in sight. We can take a visual.
Citation 124, Mike Charlie. Perfect. You're clear for the visual runway 32.
Clear visual 32, Citation 4, Mike Charlie. So what I'm going to do, Chad, is I'm going to turn myself towards the final approach fix, so I have a place to kind of get going towards. Cut the corner here so we're a little bit closer, and we'll go ahead and shoot the visual approach since we have the field in sight. Just going to the final approach fix here is going to make my life easier. It gives me a reference point, kind of helps me to align with the runway when we get a little bit closer.
Turn right heading 090.
So we'll basically just be doing a long left base for runway 32 into Nassau now on the visual. Again, here we are capping our 2,000 feet. I'm going to keep the speed up for as long as I possibly can here. We're going to set 1,600 for Dipley. And I'm actually going to just very slowly go down to that 1,600. Bit of a glitch with the vertical speed that I'm finding with this thing right now. To make a note of that to potentially let the working title guys know. So again, the airport's going to be right there, but right behind the pillar. The airport is kind of hiding right now, but I'm going to kind of, like I said, just fly out to the final approach fix for now, and then give myself just a more proper base to final turn here when I get a little bit closer to the final approach fix. And I will take the autopilot off when we get a little bit closer to the final approach fix and just start hand flying for the visual. So now, if you guys want to start putting in the landing rate guesses like Kenny Monster, now would be a good time to do that. Because we're getting pretty close to an approach to landing here. So if you guys want, start putting those landing rate guesses in. I'm going to start slowing the airplane down here. Start getting configured for arrival.
Charlie 64, turn left heading 340.
Left heading 340, roger.
Yeah, the airport right out here. I do have the runway in sight now, so this is what we're going to do. Oh, the airplane's going to start a nice early turn for me.
Mike Charlie, wind 3509, runway 32, clear to land.
3-2, clear to land, Citation 4, Mike Charlie. Alright, so we are clear to land, chat. So let's go ahead and get the gear down and start getting some drag out on this thing. And we're going to disconnect the autopilot and take it by hand now.
Right in 060, expecting 32, Mike Alpha.
There's the runway. Flaps full, we're fully configured.
To confirm, Mike Alpha, please go to right heading 360.
I'm going to clear my flight director.
Right heading 060.
060, roger, thank you.
There we go. Do it visually here. Alright, gear down, flaps are full, we're fully configured. Last call on the landing rate guesses. There's still only one guess by Kenny Monster. If anybody wants to take a landing rate guess, now would be the time before I make this landing here, the first one into Nassau. As I try to get myself onto the center line. And again, I did not put my approach speeds in. This is something I keep forgetting to do with this airplane, so I'm just going to kind of have to wing it here in terms of the approach speed because I forgot to put it in. I gotta be really better about remembering that. I'll make sure on the ground here I'm gonna put both the takeoff and landing speeds in since it's short flights the rest of the way. Last call on the landing rate guesses, chat. Last call.
Charlie 60 Alpha November, turn left heading 060.
Well, Kenny, you might win by default here since you're the only one that's put in a guess. And I'm just taking a guess at the landing speed because I forgot to get my approach speeds in there and all that, so.
Charlie 6 Mike Alpha, descend and maintain 1,500.
Descend and maintain 1,500, back off Alpha.
All the white, I don't know what you're talking about. It could be sand potentially that you're seeing. Maybe it's sand. Oh yeah, this thing loves to float, chat. Oh yeah. I'm gonna eat half the runway floating this thing. Minus 95. That wasn't exactly great because I floated forever, but
Citation 124 Mike Charlie, welcome to Nassau. Where will you be parking?
I will just take the GA ramp off the right here.
Alright, not a problem. Exit right, taxi to the gate via hotel.
Gate via hotel for Mike Charlie. So we'll make the left turn here on hotel to the ramp.
Charlie 6 Mike Alpha from field is actually 11 o'clock, 10 miles before the field.
Good fixins, refresh if your feed is behind it. Usually if you refresh it helps to pick up and get rid of that lag.
Field is Mike Alpha.
Mike Alpha wind 350 at 9 on make 32 letter line.
Letter line 32, Mike Alpha.
I was dropping frames earlier, but I think I'm okay now. So yeah, if you just hit that refresh button, it should get you back into the good in terms of being on time.
Roger.
So there's a GA ramp over here that we'll just park in and get it set up for our next little hop that we're gonna do.
Turn left heading 350.
Park right here. That's good enough. Set the parking brake. We're gonna leave the engines running because I don't feel like going through the process all through it again. So that's fine. We're good right there. Welcome to Nassau, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead. We'll go into the showcase cam here. Take a look at the island here real quick
Field in sight.
before we move on to our next leg.
Follow the traffic there.
So here's Nassau. Airport looks pretty good. The island looks pretty good also. Let's go out over here and see what we see.
November 104 Mike Whiskey, go ahead for Nassau.
Well, Mike Whiskey is out of Lantana, West Palm Beach. Currently 4,000, climbing 11,500. I'd appreciate flight following.
November 104 Mike Whiskey, not a problem. Are you coming into Nassau?
Affirmative.
Looks pretty good to me, chat.
November 14 Mike Whiskey, 4646.
Pretty nifty stuff. I don't remember what part of the island, like all like there's like an Atlantis hotel. I don't remember what part of the island that's on, chat. I just don't. I don't remember. Maybe it's over here, but this might be it over here. Yeah, this might be where it is, somewhere over in this area.
Center Delta 6257. We gotta be canceling our flight plan. We're having all kinds of issues here.
This kind of looks like where it would be right here, chat.
Delta 6257, not a problem.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Get Faded, thanks for coming in today, Eric. Good to see you. Mr. Mia, that Get Faded 365 chat, he's the gentleman that helped me build my computer that I have now. So he is a big reason why that I am actually able to stream on Twitch and be able to run these games like I do. So everyone say a big thank you to my friend Eric Mia. Because if it was not for him helping me build this computer, I would not be streaming. Alright, let's set up for the next flight. I'm going to send a flight plan in first and foremost. So let me do that here real quick. Flight plan, we're going to go to MYAM, which is Marsh Harbor. We're going to go at 11,000. Paste the route in there. And we'll file that away. And we'll get clearance here in just a second. Yeah, my Spectrum internet has been struggling. Even though he has the exact same internet as me, Kenny Monster, and he lives kind of local to me, so sometimes I just don't understand, but... Oh, Steve PHL, I saw your message a little late, sorry about that. But thanks for coming in today, good to see you as well. Love to see the familiar faces in here. Alright, let's see what kind of clearance I'm going to get to... Yeah, I'm having issues with drop frames. Like even right now, as I'm speaking, I'm dropping some frames here and there. So I have been having a little bit of problem with the internet. Just upload speeds every now and then. I'll get a little bit of buffer here and there on the stream that obviously annoys people. It comes and goes. But yeah, right now, of course, as we're talking about it, it's definitely happening. So. Yeah, no. I'm sure it is something else, and I just don't know what it could be. I don't know if you know, maybe it could just be a Twitch thing. You know, I have noticed that occasionally my upload speeds will get really low with Spectrum at certain times of the day. Usually at night like this, when everyone and their mothers is online at like 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. So probably not ideal to stream at these times, but it is what it is. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all, man. I'm about to have pretty much the entire month of February off, so if you have a free day in February, let me know. Or maybe we can try and diagnose why my internet is wacky sometimes. Because I'm dropping a lot of frames right now. You know, as soon as Kenny Monster brought it up, we're having some drop frame issues. OBS thing. See, I don't know, I feel like it's got to be an internet thing and not an OBS thing, because there are some streams, depending on certain times of day, where I'll run smooth, no problem, no issues whatsoever, go a whole stream, no drop frames. But then if I stream in the evening like I am right now, when it's like peak time and everyone's online, that's when it seems to be the worst, when I'll get the drop frames. So I think it still might end up being a thing with Spectrum. And it could just be because everyone in my neighborhood, you know, there's a lot of people in my neighborhood that use Spectrum. It could be everyone just kind of online at once, and it kind of bottlenecks. Yeah, because right now, even if I look at my stream manager on Twitch, it's telling me that poor network connection detected, that I'm unstable. So it's telling me right now. But yeah, I'll let you know. So like I said, I'm going to be off the entire month of April, so... Or February. I'm going to be off the entire month of February, so maybe I'll have you come over. But, alright. I'm going to get this clearance. I know I'm talking a lot because I'm trying to get through these drop frames here. So hopefully this kind of cleans itself up here in a second, where we can push along. In the meantime, let's get a clearance to Marsh Harbor.
Mike Oswald, request and vacated Echo.
You think you know what it is? All right, yeah. Well, if you want to message me privately, I know you don't want to write a whole paragraph of text, but if you want to send me a message real quick on Facebook or something, man,
Southeast
hit me
Violet,
up,
thank you.
because it's something that maybe I could take a look at fixing even after this stream. Nassau Center, Citation 124, Mike Charlie, light clearance to Marsh Harbor.
Citation 124, Mike Charlie, you're clear to the Marsh Harbor Airport. As far as initials 4,000, expect 11,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequencies between 1257, squawk 4766.
Alright, cleared to Marsh Harbor as filed, 4,000 initial, 11,000, 10 departure with you, 4766, Citation 124, Mike Charlie.
Citation 124, Mike Charlie, read back correct. Push and start at your discretion. Runway 32 is the after call, ready to taxi.
4 Mike Charlie, thank you. Still think it might just be my internet because I can't even load a web page right now. Suddenly I just can't do anything. Every time around 8 o'clock, it always freaking happens. Never fails. Ruin my stream. It wants me to open Task Manager, take pick while you're streaming, order things by CPU usage. There you go. Send you a pic just in case you're not in the stream still there. But that's, there you kind of get an idea of what's going on there. Alright, but we'll go ahead and take that off the screen now. And I'm gonna start setting up for this next flight. So we're gonna have to kind of do what we gotta do here. MYNN to MYAM. All right. And we were cleared as filed, so I need ZQA. Bravo Romeo 70 Victor, BR 70 Victor. This is one of those Bahamian Airways to Marsh, MRRSH. That's going to take us right to our destination of Marsh Harbor, MYAM, MYAM. So all that's in there, so we'll execute that. That comes up, very good. I'm going to do both the departure and, oh, I need to go back, previous. put 11,000. Try running Streamlabs OBS in performance mode. How did I do that? How would I go and take this and run it in performance mode? I am using NVENC. I am using the ENC though.
How much longer will you be on?
I want to leave now, but if you're leaving now, I'll wait on you to leave.
No, that's okay. You can leave now. You've done enough work.
Alright. There will be someone on soon.
Oh, looks like we're going to lose ATC here, but just for a second it sounds like.
Is there anyone in the vicinity or any traffic in the area?
No,
Just recently switched from Streamlabs OBS to OBS because it's bogging out my system. Oh, I might have to consider that. As much as I have enjoyed Streamlabs, but see, it's stabilized now. Now, if you hit the refresh button, my stream is stabilized again. It's back to extra performance. So every now and then, it just kind of bugs out. But all right, let's go ahead and refocus on what I was doing here, chat, which is getting the performance in. The wind is going to be the same here. What's the wind here? At Nassau. 360 at 6. 360 at 6 knots. The temperature is a beautiful 19, so that's the same. So let's go ahead and... Oh, I didn't do departure runway, so here we go. There we go. Now it'll give me what I want. There we go. We'll send that. And then I guess for the arrival into MEM, I don't have weather down there, but if the winds are out of the north, I mean, I could take a guess that it's going to be closer to runway 27 if the winds are north and 36. I mean, I'm going to try just plan on runway 27. So I'll put in the RNAV for 27, and that would be for Hosox would be the one that I want to choose for this, so we'll execute that. And this way, now I can actually do the approach stuff here. Again, I'm just going to put the same wind because I don't really know what it actually is. If I try to pull something up here on VATSPY, it doesn't give me anything at all. It just gives me no reading, so I'm just going to assume 19 degrees as well there. And we'll just kind of go with that, and we'll send that as well, so I don't have... Don't forget, this time I'll actually have approach speeds and everything in there as well. So all that's done. So the box is all set. Unfortunately, it sounds like we lost our ATC for the time being. Someone might come on.
Hotel Tango Whiskey 21, requesting cross runway 32.
I think the center went offline. Switch to Unicom here, since the center controller did go offline. We got initial altitude of 4,000. Vertical speed this baby. Again, yeah, for some reason I'm having to double click to get the vertical speed to work properly, which is annoying. But we'll give ourselves, I guess, just kind of our own heading here. And I'm going to end up cutting the corner. I'm going to take off, go to the right to join the airway instead of going right from ZQA. I'm eventually just going to... I'm going to actually just intercept the course. So I'm going to attempt to intercept. I don't know if it's going to work very well, so I'm just going to kind of give myself a heading to get close to being on course and then just go direct to Marsh Harbor after that, since there is no center online anymore. And we'll just kind of wing it that way. But the airplane is all set to go, so let's go ahead and make it happen, chat. Put the flaps for takeoff. Nassau traffic, Citation 124 Mike Charlie is taxiing to runway 32 Nassau. It's a bummer that we lost ATC, but I guess someone might be coming on here in a little bit. Nope. That's why we gotta be careful with no ATC now. We gotta clear our taxiways. That guy is just taxiing on by. Moseyed right on in front of us there, chat. Like we weren't even there. And there I go, dropping frames again. What a waste of time this is. Taxi on down to 3-2 here and get set up for another takeoff, another departure. Going to Treasure Key. We'll stop up here because there was some traffic we saw earlier. Make sure we're actually going to be ready to go here without anybody interrupting our takeoff. Looks like the final is clear and the runway is clear. Nassau traffic citation 124 Mike Charlie is departing runway 32 with a right turn to the north. Nassau traffic. So we'll go ahead and take our runway. And depart, and we'll make our right turn out again to kind of go join the airway towards Marsh Harbor. Here we go. Going to Marsh Harbor. I'm going to Marsh Harbor, not Treasure Key. M-Y-A-M. M-Y-A-M. Positive rate, gear up. The yaw damper on. We'll get the autopilot on. Bring that speed back. Z Underling, thanks for coming in today, by the way. Much appreciated, sir. Since we lost our ATC, we'll just go right up to our 11,000. And again, we're just going to kind of give ourselves a heading to join the airway here. Put it right into flitch mode here. Make sure we bring the flaps up. That's what's holding us back there a little bit. And then once we get a little bit closer to the airway here, I'm going to go direct to Marsh Harbor. And I'm going to execute that, and I'm going to hit nav. And we're on our way. Say goodbye to the island of Nassau. We'll make our way to the Abaco Islands, Marsh Harbor. And we don't have too far to go, about 150 miles, if that. Actually, 85 miles it says, so not even that. 85 miles to get to the Marsh intersection, which is right over Marsh Harbor Airport, is what our thing is telling us there. She's climbing like a bat out of hell, chat. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to go ahead and reduce the power. And bring that nose down quite a bit. We don't want to climb too fast because then the level off is going to be ridiculous. We'll let it speed up now that we're getting about to cross our 10,000 feet. Reduce the climb rate to 1,000 feet a minute for the last 1,000 feet here. We'll pick our speed up, 10 for 11.
Altitude.
Okay, we chose 111,000 because even though we're not going far, with this way we can cruise fast, so we can get there even faster. Go 250 above the 10,000 feet. And we're on our second leg here. We're going from Nassau to Marsh Harbor. Thanks for coming in today, everybody. Looks like there's a big group flight that's about to go from Nassau to Freeport, and I actually plan on going to Freeport next from Marsh Harbor, so we might end up crossing paths with those guys as I look at VATSPY. Let's bring that power back before I overspeed. We're already at our cruise. We'll take the seatbelt sign off just for a minute, in case they have to use the bathroom real quick. But otherwise, it'll be back on shortly because we don't have too far to go. Get a quick wing view here. Oh, let's go back to my external. There we go. Nose over. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that with the Citation. Nose over. I mean, that would probably take more skill to do that than it does to just fly the airplane normally, honestly. So we're cruising along. to Marsh Harbor. So because there is no ATC on, chat, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the initial approach fix on the RNAV for 27, which is the runway that I've chosen, which is Hosox here. And I'm going to go directly to Hosox, so that way I can get myself set up for the actual arrival into 27, because again, I don't have ATC, and because I'm not going to be able, it doesn't look like I'm going to just have a pure visual on the field here, so I'm going to go ahead and just do this, set myself up for that RNAV. Make my life a lot easier without the without ATC on to kind of guide me in. So we're going to come off the course there and do that. It's not what I prefer to do. I kind of want it to be somewhat realistic, but again, without the center online at the moment, that's the best we can do. Tail strike would be a lot easier than nosing it over, that's for sure, Kenny. That is for sure. So again, on the approach, I'm sorry I can't show you guys a chart, but it's the RNAV to 27, final approach course 276, 1600 at badge. The LNAV min is 390, round up to 400. That'll be plenty because the weather should be fine. 2300 at ZVIB, 1600 at badge, then on down. Got a poppy lighting system on the left-hand side. 6,100 feet of runway. We'll probably have to make the turn off. If we don't make Delta, it'll be at the end of the runway and taxi into the little terminal ramp that they got over there. This is an airport that I've been to in real life. Actually, all these Bahama airports that I'm flying to on the stream tonight, I have been to in real life, whether it was with the charter or with the airline. So these are all airports that I have been to personally. And areas that I've been able to experience firsthand. Freeport, unfortunately, I did not have an overnight in, but Nassau and Marsh Harbor, I did get to have overnights, even though I spent the overnight in Marsh Harbor I actually spent in Treasure Key, was the town out there that I spent the overnight in. That was really nice. Nice view of the Abaco Island that we're starting to come over now in view here. The Great Abaco Island. It's the southwest point. So we're right here, chat. Right over here, southwest point of the Great Abaco Island as we make our way up. And again, we're just kind of going out towards the final approach fix out over here somewhere. The Hosox right here, which is not charted, but it's out here before we go into the RNAV for runway 27. Oop, little streamception there. This game is massive. Well, yeah, this game, it covers the entire world, MV Rigonati. The entire world is, you can fly anywhere in the world on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Literally anywhere in the world. I just happened to choose the Bahamas for this stream this evening. But yeah, it is a pretty significantly sized game. There's no doubt about that. Looks like we're getting pretty close to the top of descent here for the approach. The altitude at that first one is 2,300, so I'm going to set 2,300. And we're going to let the VNAV actually take care of this one, chat. So VNAV is armed. When it hits that top of descent, it'll take me down to the 2,300 for the initial approach fix of the RNAV to 27. More of the Great Abaco Island here. Off our left. That top of descent's coming in. Give you guys a better view here of the instrument gauges so you can see when it captures that top of descent that it'll start its way down, and I'll have to just be careful with my power setting once that happens. The Earth is flat? No, it is not. It's definitely not flat. It's pretty funny that you say that, though. Alright, let's get that power out. The Great Abaco Island. It was very nice when I had the overnight here. Everyone was very friendly. Obviously, tourism, probably one of their biggest points of income out on these islands. People going out on vacation to the resorts there and everything. Marsh Harbor traffic, citation 124 Mike Charlie. About 25 miles from the field, planning runway 27, Marsh Harbor. Figured I would be appropriate to at least make a call on the Unicom, even though I don't see anybody else that's going into Marsh Harbor right now. This is all about... Okay, I'm going to let you guys have that little conversation on your own there. While I continue my descent. A little bit of cloudy skies that we have to deal with here. Not too bad though. A little bit of turbulence that we're coming through here right now. A little bit of up and down action. Full approach is starting to come into full view here. Oh, we're getting an update on the weather. Look at that. Just like that, with the weather update, it all cleared out for us. So I'm actually, now that it just did that, chat, I'm just going to go and take myself directly to my final approach fix. And that's for 1,600 now. And we're just going to go ahead and do that now. We'll go for badge at 1,600. And we'll just cut in the corner into the final approach fix, since it looks like it's going to be more of a visual approach now for us. Yeah, you can't beat the view. That is for sure. I'm thankful and grateful to be able to have that kind of view, the office view of the airplane in real life for my job. Looks like DC is still stacked. Yeah, they were pretty damn busy. They're getting hit pretty hard with that event that they got going on, and they're still fairly busy dealing with some of like the overflow, because the event ended almost an hour ago, and yeah, I just looked at VATSIM, and they still got a lot of overflow traffic that they're dealing with. So MV Rigonati, yes sir, I am a pilot in real life. Currently fly the Embraer 145, but soon I'll be flying the Embraer 175 when I start training on the new airplane come March. So this is a view, not necessarily the CJ4. I did fly a CJ3 back in the day, similar, but I do get the cockpit view. Get to see views like this for my job, for my living. So it is not a bad deal at all. Thank you for the follow, too. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming in today and enjoying the stream. I'm going to take the VNav off and put this right into vertical speed. Just do 1,000 feet a minute here the rest of the way for this descent. We're getting pretty close to the final approach fix before we start the turn inbound. Should start to be able to see the field here. My pillar might be blocking it, but the field is right out here. You can see it now, chat, right there. Again, this pillar is kind of in the way here. But if we move over like this, there it is, field in sight. And it looks like we got ourselves a pretty decent visual. So we'll be able to do a visual approach, no problem. That's why I'm starting to reduce my speed here just a little bit more. If you guys want to start putting landing rate guesses, now would be the time to do that. Just put a positive or negative number. It means the same. Take a landing rate guess for my second landing coming up here in Marsh Harbor. It'll be happening very quickly. So go ahead and get those landing rate guesses in when you think of it, as soon as you can, as now would be the time. Coming up on our traffic pattern altitude. Again, I have the field in sight now out over here, so I'm probably going to turn the autopilot off and take this baby
Autopilot
by hand the rest of the way here. I'm going to even get rid of the flight director and everything. We're just going to purely do it by hand. The first notch of flaps in. There we go. Start turning towards it. Landing rate guesses, now is the time. Bring the gear down. Flaps all the way, full, and we'll start reducing to our final approach speed. Do have the actual speeds in there this time. I remembered to put them in chat this time, unlike the first time. So you can see my approach in VREF just barely ticked off right here. You can see them down there, those little pink lines. Probably getting a little bit too low here. Let me get that nose up. Yeah, I did get myself a little bit low here, so I'll put some power in and kind of hold this until we get back on to a little bit of a better glide path. Not really seeing any poppy or anything like that, so we're going to kind of have to do this the old-fashioned way and eyeball it. Marsh Harbor traffic, citation 4 Mike Charlie is about a 3-mile final for 27 Marsh Harbor. Almost forgot that I was still on VATSIM. Make my radio calls. Again, there's nobody at Marsh Harbor right now, though. It'd be more prudent to probably do it for Freeport, because I saw a bunch of guys flying to Freeport from Nassau. Last call on the landing rate guesses. Make sure we clear all these trees, of course. A little bit of a harder landing that time, minus 132. Oh my goodness, I have to do math to see who's closer. I think Kenny Monster's a little bit closer with the 173 versus 85 with 132. It's tight, but I think Kenny Monster's got that one if I can do quick math. Marsh Harbor traffic, citation 4 Mike Charlie is clear of runway 27 in Marsh Harbor. Go ahead now and taxi on over to the old ramp. I believe the actual ramp is over here, closer to the end of runway 27, so that's why I'm taxiing out over this way. I don't remember. This is one of the first places I went in charter, and it's been a long time since I've been there, so I don't quite remember everything about it in terms of where the FBO was, but I think the FBO is this next left turn and out over here. Scotch, always Scotch. Yeah, this kind of looks familiar, I think. I don't know. But we're just going to go into the ramp here and park facing out because we do have one more leg planned, and I'm going to go from Marsh Harbor to Freeport for the last and final leg here of the evening. So let me go ahead and flip this guy around. Taxi aircraft for a total 100 miles. Apparently I just got a freaking Xbox, you know, gamer thing, whatever. Flight sim. That was interesting. Wow, I can't believe DC is still as busy as it is. That's pretty crazy. Oh, there's a whole handful of people going to Freeport, chat. So let's go ahead and insert ourselves, get in the way. Why don't we? Oh, as soon as my stream stops bogging down again. Here we go, more frame drops. Oh, at least it looks like that was a quick episode, hopefully. Nope, spoke too soon. The next leg, Brant, is Marsh Harbor to Freeport. So it is going to be... I'll pull it up for you. Right here. So we're going to go from Mike Yankee Alpha Mike to Mike Yankee Golf Foxtrot, Grand Bahama International, Freeport. So we're going to do Marsh Bravo Romeo 10 Lima to Zulu Foxtrot Papa. So that's Marsh right here. There's a fix, and then Freeport. So we'll just follow that Bohemian route right there, 10 Lima, and that'll take us over to Freeport. So that's the plan. There is no ATC, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go at 10,000 is what I'm going to use as my cruise because we're going to be going west this time. I join you, but I'm working on a February Virtue USA flying. I love to hear that. That's what I like to hear. I'm looking forward to that because, like I said, I have the whole month of February off, it looks like now, so hopefully we'll be able to join most of those flying club events. And I do plan on making one of my own at some point in February as well. So we'll kind of get all that together. And we'll talk in the admin channel so we can get all those dates aligned before we make any posts. Anyways, back to the regularly scheduled programming. Let's go ahead. MYAM to MYGF. I believe that's what it is, right? MYGF. Yep, that's what it is. MYGF. All right, very good. We'll depart off at 27 here. Flight plan, what do we say is Marsh M RR SH BR10L Bohemian route 10 Lima to ZFP, which is the Freeport VOR. No, it's ZFP, Mike, not ZPF. ZFP. That's more better. And then MYGF. Execute. Okay, that's what it looks like. So again, that Hannah is that intersecting fix before it turns to Freeport. So we'll probably take off and go direct to Hannah, since Marsha's right on the field here. We won't really be able to do that. And then the arrival into Freeport, the weather at Freeport, the wind is calm. So that doesn't really help me to select a runway. At Freeport, they have the one runway of a 2, 4, and 6. See if there's anything in the notes about which runway is the preferred runway for calm winds. Geek Brunlia, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming in today. I'm sorry if I butchered your name there. It doesn't say anything about a preferred runway. So we'll just we'll gotta make our pick. I guess we'll plan on 2-4 because it's a straight in. But if those guys that are also flying in there are doing the other one, then we'll kind of follow along with them, so that we're not in the way too much. Because there's a whole, if we look at VATSIM here, there's like a big group flight going into Bahamas, Freeport right now. So if we end up getting there about the same time as those guys, we'll see what runway they're using. If we're there after them or before them somehow, then we'll just plan on going straight in for 2-4, because right now the wind is calm, but we don't want to interrupt whatever they're doing. So let's go ahead and put the flight plan in first and foremost here. So flight plan to MYGF. We're going to go at 10,000 feet. Here's the route. We'll paste that and send it away. So now in case someone signs on the center, they know exactly what we're planning to do. Maverick 751, pitos, thanks for coming in today. I don't think I burned up my pitos. They seem to be working just fine still. Dave MSP, thank you for coming in today as well. Good to see, again, a bunch of familiar faces. I always enjoy that. So anyways, let's get back to the programming of the box here. We're going to go at 10,000 as our cruise altitude this time. Same bag, same packs. The wind here, we're just going to call it calm wind at this point, both here and at Grand Bahamas. The temperature here, we'll call 16 there, so we'll just call it 16 here. We're going to keep everything on the same. We'll send that information. And then we'll do the same for the approach. 16 degrees next. Oh, I did not select arrival runway. That's right. Arrival. There is an ILS to 6, but it'll probably be a visual because it is a few clouds of 4,700. So I'm just going to put in the RNAV for 2-4. And again, we will adjust if necessary to do something else. So all that's in there, and then I can go back to here and finish this up now. Send those into the box so I don't forget either. And that's all we need. We're going to start out with a heading off of 27. That's going to be to the right here, just by about that much, not too badly there. Just about that is going to work for our heading. And we'll start with a vertical speed of 2,500 feet per minute to start, and we'll kind of go from there. And we're all set. Let's go ahead and make this happen. Last leg, going to Freeport here. Let's make sure we put the seatbelt sign on.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
Marsh Harbor traffic, Citation 124, my Charlie is taxiing runway 27, Marsh Harbor. Yeah, lots of familiar faces indeed. Thanks for coming in today, everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying what you're seeing so far. We're going to do a departure here out of Marsh Harbor, off of the Great Abaco Islands, going to Freeport as our last leg on our little Bohemian tour and the CJ4. Marsh Harbor traffic, citation 124 Mike Charlie is departing runway 27 to the northwest. Marsh Harbor. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. Positive rate, take the gear up. And I'm gonna go ahead and yaw damper, autopilot on, bring the flaps up here, and then I'm gonna get myself, like I said, I wanna go direct to Hannah. We'll execute that and we'll go nav. We'll let the LNAV take that. And I'm going to go ahead and put this into flight level change here. We'll go 240 on the speed in the flitch mode. Let her climb like a bat out of hell for a little bit, and when we get closer to 10,000 feet, we'll back down that vertical speed. And away we go out of the Great Abaco Islands. So when I came to this island, there's actually going to be a little airport, Treasure Key Airport, but I didn't fly to that one. We flew into Marsh Harbor, and then we actually got driven all the way out to Treasure Key, which is out over here, I believe, is where Treasure Key is, and that's where we stayed when I flew here back when I was flying the CJ3 and had a few nights out there. So it was really beautiful, guys, like obscenely beautiful out in the Bahamas here. Crisp blue water. It was incredible. But yeah, I think it was somewhere like out over, I don't remember if it was here or maybe a little bit further out on the island is where we went. And to have our stay, which was, again, it was just absolutely phenomenal. Alright, we're going to have to reduce this vertical speed here now. Bring our power back in the process. Just so we don't blow through 10,000 feet. The plane's not going to level off very friendly. Very beautiful indeed. I'm going to get that descent rate down even further here now, so we can level off appropriately. Yeah, and I don't remember. I'm trying to remember exactly where the place was that we stayed at. Maybe it was out here, potentially. It might have been out here is the place that we stayed, but either way, wherever it was just sensationally beautiful. Great food, too. Lots of fried conch. Conch fritters, if you will. We're eating on that trip for sure. It's a very popular local dish, or local seafood, the conch. C-O-N-C-H, I believe is how it's spelled. Very big thing in the Bahamas. But again, from Hannah, it's going to kind of just take us the rest of the way to Freeport on the turn there, on that little Bohemian Airway. And again, we're going to be arriving right in the middle of a cluster of a bunch of aircraft that are doing a group flight over there. So this should be interesting because we're going to have a lot of traffic on Unicom to deal with potentially here over at Freeport. So we'll kind of have to see what they're all doing. Looks like I'm supposed to arrive right at the tail end of that. So again, we'll have to kind of wait and see what they're all doing and kind of get ourselves in there without causing too much of an issue for their group flight. Have you ever went to Prague? No. So I've never done anything in Europe or Asia. I've been confined to the U.S., Canada, Bahamas, Caribbean, and Mexico is where I've been in my lifetime. And whether it's been me actually flying to or just me going on vacation or what have you, I have never been across the pond yet, which is a shame because I'm almost 29 years old. I'll be 29 next week, chat. My birthday is a week from today. I'll be 29 years old a week from today, Chad, on the 24th of January. So in 1 week, I'll be turning 29. 9. But no, I haven't been to Europe or Asia or across the pond yet at all, which is kind of a bummer. Something I look forward to working on once COVID stops being an issue. Because right now it's not exactly the ideal time to travel international. Beautiful shot right there. Get a little wing view of the islands right there from the passenger in the back seat. Make sure we don't overspeed here. And then you have the Grand Bahama Island right out there off the nose as we're going to cast kind of along the south shore of that on our way to Freeport. And again, we're going to have to see where all that traffic that's inbound is coming at and kind of insert ourselves in there as best we can. Because it is a crowded mess down there right now with all those guys doing that group flight that they're doing. We'll make ourselves nice and friendly over there and join them shortly. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being in the Bahamas right now myself either, to be honest with you. Be a hell of a lot warmer than where I'm at right now. Frigid New York. Wave goodbye to the Abaco Islands and say hello to the Grand Bahama Island. Brazil. Oh, nice. Very nice. Yeah, I would love the heat right now, man. I'm freezing. I got my freaking space heater on. My room is cold. What does it look like these guys are using over Freeport? It looks like they're landing on runway 6, chat. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it up now. Since if they're going to land 6, then we're going to do runway 6. Because again, we don't want to be in the way here. So since they all look like they're using runway 6, we're going to switch it to the ILS to 6. We'll execute that. And we'll do the ILS 6 then instead. So the airplane's going to take all that. Care of all that, and then we'll kind of vector ourselves for the ILS 6 to join up with whatever they're doing, chat. Oh, a little bit overspeed there, my apologies. Looks like 1600 feet is the final approach fixed altitude, 068 final approach course. 200 RA, weather should be fine over there, so not too much of an issue. It'll just be a visual backed up by the ILS in that case. But it is in the box and set up, so the airplane should now do that for us automatically. Middle of summer out there. Yeah, I wish it was summer right now here. I won't lie. Like I said, I would take the heat versus the cold any day of the week. So runway 6 it'll be. So that we can, like I said, we don't want to be in an eruption or anything or in the way. So this is a view we've had before. We did kind of fly the Great Abaco Islands on one of our Virtuous A Flying Club events. I remember doing it in the Seminole, a little bit at a lower altitude than this, but here you go. Good view of the Grand Bahama Islands. That's what I meant to say. And we're going to be coming up over land here soon on our way to Freeport. Well, I'm V-wasting a bit here. I'm getting really slow. So I'm either too fast or too slow right now. Let's see if I can get this airspeed kind of stabilized in a good spot here. See if I can get one more good landing out of her tonight. And we're overspeeding again. I have not found the correct throttle position for this leg yet. Just because I'm a professional doesn't mean I don't have a hard landing every now and then. Although I will say on my last trip, the landings were, my last real world trip in the 145, the landings were nice and smooth. It was a good way to end what could potentially have been my last trip on the 145. Again, I'm either too fast or too slow. I can't find that happy medium right now. Air True, Mr. Trulick, thanks for coming in today. Thank you for the 3-month subscription. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for that resub, man. We are on our way to Freeport on our last leg here. Almost there. Once again, we still have not been able to find the happy spot here for the speed. The winds keep changing and it keeps pushing the speed either too high or too low. So the plane is yelling at me. Grand Bahama Islands. Unfortunately, these islands got beat up pretty bad by the hurricane earlier this summer, but hopefully they're all good now and rebuilt as best that they can. Looks like most of those guys from that group flight have gotten themselves on the ground, so maybe we won't be too much in the way here in terms of arriving. Don't you think that flying should be more democratized? What do you mean? What do you mean by democratized? I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, Kenny's got the same idea. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, my friend. I do believe I should probably start descending here as we're getting pretty close to Freeport, so I'm going to go down to at least 5,000 for now, and we're going to kind of do a little bit more as we get closer. Just go 1,000 feet a minute, get my speed back here. Oh, I guess you mean maybe not democratized, but more regulated, I think, is what you mean. So that way it was more. You think it would be better if it was more like government regulated, where they control the costs and everything, so that it's not super expensive or what have you for like the training. I don't know. It's not something that I really want to discuss on the stream, I guess, because I don't know what the right or wrong thing would be, honestly. But it is very expensive for flight training. There is no doubt about that. Absolutely. Der Clenk. Clank, however you say it. I apologize. I butcher names on Twitch all the time, but thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today. You guys are here just in time. We're starting in a bit of an initial descent for runway 6 into the Freeport Airport, our last leg in the CJ4 on our little Bahama Island excursion. And Slant Alpha Adventures is raiding with a party of 17. You were on Dulles Tower for a long time there, sir. I know there was a lot of overflow for that event. I was looking at VATSIM. There was a ton of guys overflowing for like the last hour and a half, well beyond the event time there over in DCA and Dulles. So I hope you had a good time on the tower over there. Rob, thank you for the host. I do very much appreciate that. If you guys don't already know about Slant Alpha Adventures, he is probably one of the best general aviation streamers on Twitch. So if you enjoy GA flying, kind of like what I'm doing now, or even stuff that's got less navigation, he'll do bare bones VFR flying or just pilotage kind of navigation on his stream. Make sure you give him a follow because he is, like I said, one of the best general aviation streamers on Twitch that you will find. So here's what I'm going to do, chat. I'm going to start vectoring myself for an ILS. I'm going to kind of vector myself out here and set myself up for an ILS approach. Give myself kind of a final there to shoot for. Let's go ahead and put my thing here into the nav for the ILS. Kind of vector myself for this ILS here. That'll be a good heading to kind of get my vector started right there, I believe. Oh boy, and we have a raid. Big raid, oh boy. First of all, Canesto, thank you for the follow, I appreciate that. And then we have a very, very, very entertaining streamer on Twitch. Another very good aviation streamer on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. The man himself, Sim Caesar, with the raid. Thank you so much, Mr. Caesar. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming in today, everyone who was watching Sim Caesar. Thank you for coming in today, guys. I believe he probably just finished up another one of his Sunday air races.
Tango Whiskey 20 on 5 mile final behind Western.
So I am sorry once again that I forgot that it was Sunday and I did not participate in the air races. One of these days I'll remember that you do it every Sunday. But everyone that's coming over from Mr. Sim Caesar, thank you so much for joining the stream. And there's a ton of you that just followed. Cool MJ89, Liam 121 ABC, Fly 787, JD 9834, Scotty Tuhati, Matasua, Will Dog 26, Sheena TV, Elvis D23CA.
Altitude.
Oh, and then we got ATC just in the nick of time here as we're on this approach, chat. Even better. Thank you guys all for the follows. 125.7. Nassau Center, good evening. I see you just popped on. Citation 124, Mike Charlie is on a heading of 280, we'll call it. Descending down to 5,000. We were planning on the ILS 6 into Freeport.
Okay, November 124, Mike Charlie, Nassau Center. You continue the current heading. You want to continue with the ILS for 186, or you want to go for the visual?
We can, tell you what, we'll plan for the visual for Citation 4, Mike Charlie.
No problem.
So we took off out of Marsh Harbor, which is Mike Yankee Alpha Mike. Someone was asking what the point of origin was for this leg. We started the stream at Key West. We did Key West to Nassau, Nassau to Marsh Harbor. We're doing Marsh Harbor to Freeport now, and Freeport is going to be our last stop this evening. So you guys are here right at the pinnacle of the stream here. Oh my god, so many more follows. G-Nice for you, Super Typhon, Exponent, Mage, David Scott, EK Gnome, or Gomi, however you say it. I'm terrible with Twitch names, guys. Root Beer Flight. Thank you all for the follows. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today. Again, we are on our last leg here in the Citation CJ3. We're doing a little bit of a Bahama trip. Took off out of Marsh Harbor. And We're going to be landing at Freeport, which we have the airport in sight right here. And it's center citation for Mike Charlie. We do have the field in sight.
For Mike Charlie, clear for visual from 6.
Cleared visual 6 for Mike Charlie.
Yeah, I got some other aircraft in the airspace. They have not contacted me as well. So just keep me to visual celebration. Look like you're number 3 though.
Alright, we'll keep an eye out for that traffic, and we're clear for the visual for citation for Mike Charlie. Thank you. We gotta watch our speed here. What are we doing? We're gonna descend down to 1,500 feet for traffic pattern altitude. We do have the airport here off our left in sight, clear for the visual. He is saying that there were some other aircraft out here that aren't talking to him yet that are on the final. So what we're going to do is we're just going to extend out a little bit here, chat, so that way we don't interrupt those two guys that are inbound. And then we'll kind of turn back when we need to join the final. The other airplanes are real players, yes. On the VATSIM network, ATC that you hear, that controller is a real controller now, and the other aircraft are real players on VATSIM that are also doing flights. And so I apologize that I might not be keeping up with the chat too well because I am focusing on the kind of an important phase of flight here on the approach. So I do apologize for that. Well, real control. It's a real person. It's not necessarily a real controller, but they're all real people. Some of us that fly, like myself, are real pilots too.
Worldwide 107.
Some of the controllers are real controllers too. It depends on who it is.
30.
Keep this descent going for now on the visual.
Worldwide 107.
Get the first notch of flaps in. This will help to slow us down a little bit.
4607.
Looks like those guys have all landed up here. So I'm going to start my base turn.
Altitude.
Clear on the left.
Center Western 717. Western 70. The 71707. 717. Alright, you ready for clearance?
Pretty sweet view right there.
2 minutes. Alright, just call me when you're ready. Let's let the other guys know I'm alive. Right, Roger.
93 people in the CJ4. I don't think that would probably be a little bit too heavy for a CJ4 to have 93 people in it. This is the working.
Good afternoon, officer. West 715 is going to supervise for clearance and NASA.
They run me 6 wind sound clear to land.
Clear to land 6. Citation 4 Mike Charlie. Thank you.
So
yes, this is the working title CJ4 mod. That is correct, Farquha.
Western 715, you cleared to NASA.
Cleared approach. Thanks for coming in today. Again, I'll have to kind of keep up with the chat here once when I get a chance, but I'm a little bit focused on doing this approach here into Freeport. If you guys want to do a landing rate guess, now is the time. I do have the G's landing rate meter up. Let's get the gear down. Let's go ahead and get the autopilot off here and do it by hand the rest of the way. But if you want to put a landing rate guess in, now is the time. You do not have to put the exclamation point predict in there. You can just put in a number, positive or negative. It'll mean all the same. Pilot NGB, thank you for the follow. We are, again, on the approach here. Flaps full. This frequency got really busy with the controller signing on. But we are clear to land. Runway 6 here. Gotta start slowing down for our final approach speed. Get this airplane trimmed out.
4754. Following rate taxi, winds calm, expect RMA 06 for the watch.
Lots of predictions coming in now. I love to see it. Last call on those as I'm on the approach here.
That's the 702, clear to NASA file. Maintain 15,000,
Slant Alpha, thank you for that resub, man. I appreciate it. Just trying to. Thank you for the resub. I appreciate it so much. There's our approach speed.
Good afternoon, Nassau Center.
Gear down, flaps full. On speed.
IFR clearance.
Clear to land 6.
NASA.
We're wing.
I appreciate that air flight.
Contact, let me.
Sorry, disregard. VFR clear.
0. And 29 nautical miles east of the Bimini VOR.
Here we go.
Whirlwind 107. Alpha Center. Alright, he's not here. Western 2716.
Start getting that power out because this thing loves to float.
Sorry for your direction of flight. You need to go at an odd altitude. You want 17,000 or you want 16,000? I mean,
A little bit to the right of center line there. Let's see if I can correct it in time. Looks like I can. Man, this thing floats forever. Minus 186. So that ended up being the worst of my landings that I did today.
What's the Western calling for command?
But I just wanted to get it down because it was going to float forever otherwise. Missed that taxiway. We'll go for the next one. Looking to the left, by the way, at my real-world Jeppesen chart for this airport because you can't get one on SkyVector. I cannot show you the guys the chart, though, because it is my work stuff. So.
Call Mike, welcome to Freeport. You get exit right in the and if you can quality find a parking space down the ramp, that's good for you.
Alright, we'll taxi to the ramp, find some parking for my Charlie off to the right. Thank you for the ATC.
No problem.
So minus 186, we'll have to go and see what who was the closest. Kenny, you want to go through those numbers real quick in the chat and see who was the closest for me? At 186? Or is it you? Were you the closest with 173 for a 186? I'm going to have to look through that now. Was it you, Kenny Monster? If it was Kenny Monster again, chat, then it is very well rigged. Oh god, I'm trying to scroll up in the chat while taxiing. It's not going to be not going to work very well. 100, okay, yeah, minus 220. Someone said minus 2, that's very wishful thinking. Minus 169. Yep, sure enough. Minus 173 was the winning guess. So enjoy your pride, Kenny Monster, because you actually had a lot of people guessing along this time, and you still won it. So I guess it really is rigged, chat. I'm sorry. Kenny Monster somehow is the big winner again.
Alpha, Sana, good night. Vessel 140, requesting IFR clearance.
I think Zip Caesar guessed minus 4 also. All those people that guessed minus 4 and minus 2, I appreciate your confidence in me very much. But my landings today were minus 93, minus 132, and then minus 183 now. So they actually got progressively worse as the night went on. But we're here. We're down in Freeport. Vakabath 978, thank you for the follow. Alright, let's find somewhere to park. I don't know where the GA ramp is versus the terminal. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just kind of park right here. We'll call this good.
Good afternoon, NASA.
702.
And I am going to switch the hell off of that frequency because, damn.
Roger, full company traffic by Alpha. Good afternoon, good afternoon.
Too much chatter going on that frequency, chat. But alright, we're here. Let's park it and kill it. Boom. Let's go ahead and get into the free cam here and take a look at the Freeport Airport, the Grand Bahama Islands. My drone speed at 100%? It is. Alright, very good. Whee! Again, another airport that I've been to in real life. I think this is the terminal, if I remember correctly. The terminal is like right over here. So I think I did park at where the FBO would be. I think. There's another citation right there. That airport got hit very hard by that hurricane that happened over the summer, but it has reopened since, because I know there are flights going in and out of there now. But here is the Grand Bahama Islands Freeport. Very beautiful. Looks great in Flight Sim 2020. All of the Bahama Islands looked really good, chat, in Flight Sim 2020. That was part of why I wanted to do this tonight, was to see how they would look in the sim, and they look honestly just spectacular. So I'm very happy about that. Again, visually, this sim is great. It has a lot of other things that they still need to work on, but this working title modded CJ4 is a godsend. Thank you to those guys at Working Title for modding this airplane to make it usable. And hopefully more stuff like that continues to happen for Flight Sim 2020 to just continually improve it, because the visuals, they pretty much got down. Because this looks just absolutely phenomenal. But, yeah, hopefully more good stuff keeps coming in. There's a reason why I've been spending most of my time in this sim, is because I am very big on the visuals, and this sim does it for me. Way more than even the Ortho for XP did on X-Plane 11. That is for sure. Let me scroll through the chat here, because a lot of you guys came in from both Slant Alpha Adventures and Sim Caesar on the raids. Again, I appreciate those raids, guys. Slant Alpha Adventures, Sim Caesar, thank you so much for the support to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Slant Alpha with the resub. I know my friend Andrew resubbed earlier as well. A few other guys with some resubs. Operator Aviation he subbed and gifted a sub as well. So a lot of love in the channel tonight, and I appreciate all of it. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate all you guys coming in to the stream, and I hope you guys enjoyed that nice landing that I just did in Freeport, the last little bit in the CJ4. So again, we took off, to summarize what we've done, took off out of Key West, flew to Nassau. From Nassau, we went to Marsh Harbor, and then from Marsh Harbor, we came to here, did a quick little Bahama tour that we're going to call it good for the evening. Senior Pablo, thank you for the follow right on here. I appreciate it. Again, sorry I wasn't able to keep up too much with the chat there at the end, because there was a lot of people talking, and it kind of got busy for me as I was on an approach. Thank you for all those landing rate guesses. Congratulations to Kenny Monster for winning the rigged. No, it wasn't rigged, chat. But congratulations on the win there again for getting the good guess. Caught up on everything on the chat. I appreciate the kind words there, David. And yeah, thank you, Sim Caesar, for the host. I really do appreciate that, like I said, for the raid, for you guys coming in. I hope all the air races went well over there on the Sim Caesar channel this evening. I like to note that I won the very first, when Sim Caesar started the air races. This was probably a few months ago now, because I think he's done a bunch of them. But the very first annual Sim Caesar air races, I won the very first race. And I take a lot of pride in that, chat. I will take that to the bank, okay? I will take a lot of pride in that, and I'll take that to the bank. I'll take that to my grave. So, thank you so much, Sim Caesar. I really do appreciate it. Guys, that's going to do it for me tonight. I'm sorry that you guys came in late and weren't able to see a little bit more, but I've been going for about 2.5 hours, and I've got some plans tomorrow, so I'm going to head on out. Thank you for coming in today, everybody. I do appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. We're going to go ahead and see if we can go and now raid someone else. Let's see who else is streaming right now so we can send a raid someone else's way and spread the love this evening. Oh, we've got a good person to raid, guys. Oh, boy. So our good friend Downwind Sim looks like he is streaming. And not only is he streaming in VR, and he's streaming an Embraer 145, which is the plane that I fly in real life. So we are 1,000% going to go raid Downwind Sim right now, chat. Thank you for coming in today. Have a great night. Stay safe. Say hello to Downwind Sim for me. Make sure you follow him as well. Enjoy some X-Plane 11 VR with him.
FMS that comes with X-Plane, and then this one over here just works totally different. Plus, the advantage of sticking with the Tecton is